First, I must ask you about the appointment of Mr. Everyman, Grant Shapps, who now is our representative on Earth for the Department of Defence, which means he'll be sitting in on meetings, presumably at the UN and also at NATO.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bigger problem here, and that's that we are losing people like Ben Wallace.
Yes.
And having talked about over-remuneration, let's look at the other side of things. We're getting to a point now where there will only be dross left in the House of Commons, you know, and you can see why. Why would you be an MP, given that your private life is pilloried, your actions every day are pilloried, you probably can't get a bank account, and you're paid a pittance.
Yes.
You know, if we're going to be serious, if we want to be run by serious people who have an ability and an astuteness, then you have to pay at least, I would say, double of what we're paying our MPs at the moment. Otherwise, it will be a world of Shapps.
Yes, although, of course, people would say, particularly those who make the sort of average salary in this country, which was around about 30 grand, that they're actually not paid a pittance. They're paid quite a lot of money for what they do.
No, they're not. They're paid a no. Sorry, I'm not having this. This is the problem. You always hear this on Question Time when some nurse stands up and says, how can he expect to ask for more money when I'm on £27,000 a year? Well, the reason is because we want our brightest and our best to do the job of running the country. I mean, that doesn't seem to me to be a ludicrous proposition.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But my worry about this, though, is that the brightest and the best seem to be very few and far between. I mean, look at the state of what you've written about in your lead column today, the air chaos from the people at SATs. You know, we have more and more public companies now and private companies which appear to also be run by complete nitwits who are overpaid.
I'm sure that's true. But if you're going to attract people into politics, which is a filthy game, you know, and desperately damaging to the home lives of the people who do it.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't a eulogy to politicians, because I think our current crop of politicians are useless, largely. There are some brilliant ones in there, you know, both on the left and on the right. But if we're going to get people not to be hedge fund monkeys, not to sit on boards of companies, all that kind of thing,
yes,
then you have to pay them the right amount of money. Because don't forget as well that the politicians are not allowed, or they can take some other jobs, but by God, the public gets really angry when it hears about it. And it's a hypocrisy on the part of the public. On this issue, the public are wrong. You know, it's as simple as that, in my opinion.
But they'll never go along with it, will they? Because they'll see also, because there's always one or two or maybe even 22 politicians who take the mickey out of the public purse and who claim all sorts of expenses that they really shouldn't claim. You know, some of them don't even buy their own pencils. You know, they have to put every single expense through. And you're right. I mean, the system doesn't work. I think we've got too many MPs, actually. I think we should have fewer.
Possibly.
And actually have people be a bit more responsible for a bigger area or something, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that's entirely possible. I've sometimes fancied that there should be one politician responsible for the entire area of the UK, but that's a policy which never goes down very well.
Well, there's no question that a benign dictatorship is by far and away the best method of ruling anything.
Yes, it is.